trying to protect ourselves. So this is what fear is. But this is fear in our business, in our personal life, in marketing, in our sales, in our planning. This will hold you back. So it's all false expectation. It's what you feed your mind. And usually when you are fearful, you tend to take one of these three behaviors, one of these three F's. It is an illusion. Thank you, Lee, for participating. Fear, it could, yes, exactly, immobilization. Thank you so much, Carlota, for participating. So what is fear? When fear kicks in, what is our behavior? It's one of these three F's. Again, going back to the instinct of the caveman, what is fear? What is these three F's? Type in the chat box, what is the three F's? If you have any questions, you can type it also in the Q&A, and we will answer them at the end of this session. So what is fear? What is these three F's? Come on, guys, you know that we need participation on this call. Food, frustration, flight, yes, thank you. Thank you, flight, yes. Excellent. This is one behavior. When we face fear, if we are in the caveman, if the first thing that one of the things that we do when we face fear or danger, we run away, which is flighting. Yes. What are the other two? Frustration. What else? Fight. Yes, definitely. Fighting. Whose life is it? Whose business is it? Whose future is it? It's yours. So we have to pose one of these three behavior. As I said, the caveman, flight, fight, or freeze. But it is our life. It is our business. It is our family. It is our community. We have to fight back this disease. We are not on our own. We are here to support each other. But this is where we need to fight. And usually when it comes to business, I'm going to tell you about the failure that could lead into failure, yes, depending on the behavior, the behavior that we take. But I'm going to tell you about the demise curve. So usually when you are in trouble, you take one of these behaviors. So either you don't know about what is going on, but you are actually in trouble. It could be in your cash flow. It could be in your planning, but you haven't really thought about it. Everyone says that it is in my head. But in your head, how does that help? You need to put down a plan in order to know what are the things that gonna happen. This episode, this crisis can end in another 3 weeks. It could end in weeks. It could end in months. So what is your plan? What is your plan for the next 90 days? In order to plan ahead in terms of what is going on, in terms of what is gonna happen and how is it going to affect you. What are you going to do in terms of your cash flow if you have no business for the next 3 months? Are you prepared? But the second behavior is we are in trouble, but we are in control. So we know what is going on. So we know our numbers. We are putting a plan. And this is where when things turn around, we will emerge successful. And we are going to share at the end of this presentation a roadmap on how to do this. Or we didn't do anything. We don't know what is going on. We haven't prepared our numbers. We haven't planned properly, and we have lost control, which would lead into losing the business, liquidation. Does anyone want that? Type in the chat box. Do you want that? Raise your hand if you would like to overcome this. No, thank you. Yes. Thank you for raising your hands. Yes. Thank you for participating and raising your hands. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we need to overcome this. So what are these steps that we are going to take in order to overcome this? We always talk about communication, how to communicate with our stakeholders, whether it is team, community, all of that. but it's not about communication. It's about taking a stand, fighting. It's about taking a positive communication. This is the moment, just a little bit can make a lots of difference. Share your vision, your goals, what are you going to do, and most importantly, your passion, your enthusiasm to help out on a personal level and to help out from your business side. We're going to talk about how to tweak things a little bit so that you can make things better, but you have to share with passion, with enthusiasm. And this is the right time. We all agreed that we are going to fight, so it is time to become stronger, despite the negativity that is around us. Because guess what? If we are negative, what sort of results we are going to get? It's going to be negative. So we have to become stronger. We have to thrive. But most importantly, as I've said earlier, we have to survive. So it's the 90-day planning that I have talked about, but most importantly, setting a daily goal that we need to achieve. It's day by day. Yes, we can think of the long-term vision, but this time it's about surviving. It's about thriving. It's about being prepared so that we can emerge successfully after this is finished. And communicate to all your people, as I've said, to your team, to your community, to everyone, and most importantly, to your client. Now, the second step is you have to change. You have to change the way you are doing things. This is the right time for you to change, because what has been happening before is not going to happen in the future. There are new rules and new things that will be introduced. So how can you change your business model? How can you change things? And I'm going to share with you the formula of change. The formula for change is dissatisfaction. Sorry, it's not typing. Dissatisfaction times vision plus first steps is greater than resistance. So today we are forced to do the first steps. We are extremely dissatisfied. We need to instate the vision. We've talked about the vision. Where do we want to be after this is over and how we are going to overcome it? And usually we look for big achievements. This is not the right time for that. We need to look at small pivots. We need to look at small things that we are achieving and reward ourselves, because this is the fuel for our mental health, for our well-being, for our business. And we need to look at opportunities. What sort of opportunities? How can we tweak our business? It's here. It's dissatisfaction, Carlota. This multiplied by vision plus first steps is greater than resistance. Okay. So we have to look at the opportunities that we need to change. How are we going to change? How are we going to change our business model? And when we are thriving, how are we going to market it? And how are we going to leverage whatever, because we always talk about working in the business and on the business. This is the right time to work on the business, to save our sanity, our well-being, and to plan ahead. So how can we leverage this, the new model? And the step 3 is, how can we adapt with the new normal? The new normal is virtual. So now we have to keep social distances, and even when we are shopping, whenever no more than 2 people can, excuse me, I didn't mention that I sweat a lot, and because of the sun facing me, so I'm sweating a little bit more, so bear with me. So the new normal is is all virtual. So we need to depend more on technology. So what sort of technology do you need to set in place, in state, in order for your business to work? And how are we going to manage our people, whether they are on a part-time or a full-time, whatever it is, how are we going to manage them? Putting systems and procedures to check on them in the morning to make sure if they have any questions, and then to get the feedback at the end of the day, what was achieved, because this is time for not only for just to use the technology, but to use it in a proper manner, to use it in a way that will help us grow our business in the era of social distancing. And what we're facing currently, we used to talk to people, now you're talking to your computer, to your camera. This is depressing, but at the end of the day, until we get over this, it is time to be positive and to overcome this. And what sort of technology do we need to do instead of meeting the one-to-ones or going and meeting in a coffee shop? Putting some, like today you came on Zoom meeting, how we can meet on a one-to-one basis, how we can tell our customers about how can we professionally help them to buy our products, how we can tell them about our products, and how would that help them, and how we could know each other and refer each other's business. And most importantly, as I've said, from the human management, what sort of procedures we are going to put, not only for planning, but also for reporting, because this is quite important. The most important thing along all of these elements is cash flow. So we've talked about cash flow earlier, and they say that revenue is a vanity, profit is a sanity, but cash flow is king. So what are you doing in terms of cash flow? Some of the banks, some of the lenders have stopped lending, but some of the banks still are. The government, there are lots of schemes that are there from the government to support us. In 2008, when the crisis, the economic crisis happened in 2008, governments and banks did not have money. Today, they have loads of money, and they have put schemes, processes to help not only the big businesses, small businesses, self-employed. Yes, it is not clear, but there is a process, and it's gaining clarity on a day by day. So it is the time now to look at your cash flow, see how you can get more money, how you can extend your credit, but it is also a good time for you to cut costs. I'm not saying if you have team just to fire them. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying cut costs. So whatever is not needed, don't invest in it. But if it is required for you to invest in technology for your business to thrive, then do that. It is important to keep all suppliers and partners. So if you don't pay, you will lose your suppliers. If you don't pay, your credit scores will go down. You still have to pay, but you can negotiate with your suppliers and your partners to ease the period, to give you some flexible, or to renegotiate with your mortgage, to renegotiate your mortgage, or to renegotiate your rental. All of these, everybody is suffering. So people are receptive to negotiation. You can benefit from the government programs, and as I've said, and postpone what you can, and change your cost structure. So the way that you were doing things, it's not there anymore. We need to do things differently. We need to do things in a different way, because people say, if it is not broken, don't break it. It is time to break it. It is time to actually look at things differently and get out of this crisis successful. Fifth thing, marketing. Yes, I've talked about cutting costs, but marketing and selling is not something that you would like to cut. But you need to shift. You need to do things differently. You need to change. Your message has to change, because the way that you were doing things before this crisis is totally different from today. So the way that the business model that was there before is different. The message should be different. The channels can be different. It has to have lots of compassion. We need to deal with people because people are distressed. So we need to tell them how our products will support them, how how our services will provide help to them. And sure, there is an urgency. So there is an urgency to do it now, because even in 2008, with the economic crisis, lots of businesses, they stopped marketing. I'm not talking to spend lots of money, just spend money wisely and make sure that you test and measure. And you have lots of tools available, viral, virtual, social media, and other tools. There are lots of things that you can do, but you need to make sure that you're testing and measuring. And definitely much more than before, because as I've said, in 2008, the companies that have stopped marketing, they faded away after the crisis have finished. But those companies that has improved their marketing budget, even if it was small, they kept on communicating with their stakeholders, with their customers, with their potential customers. They had exponential growth after the crisis has ended. And most importantly, we talked about test and measure. So you need to know your numbers. This is why when you are planning your 90 days, you need to make sure that you know your numbers, because guess what? You need to achieve them. You need not to just break even, because this is what we usually provide our clients with, different sheets on how to calculate the break even, how to improve their cash flow, how to make sure that their marketing is tested and measured. You need to know your number ever than ever before, because this is vital for your not only success, but also survival. So you have the sixth step is selling with compassion. It has to be compassionate. It has to be different. Take it or leave it. I'll leave it. But if this is something that will support me, then I might buy it. If this is something that will help my customers grow, then they will take it. It's just selling. As I've said, it is professionally helping people to buy. But when you want to sell, you need to sell with purpose. You need to add value. They need to know that this is helping them. I'll get to the Q&A at the end of the session. So you need to sell on purpose. You need to give them the opportunity to actually know that this is something that is going to help them. As I've said, not only thrive, but survive. And just keeping the relationship with your existing customers, this is brilliant. You need to over service them. You need to keep that in an excellent way. Step 7, as I've said, customer service. You have your existing customers are your raving fans. You have to take care of your existing customers, and keeping them is a must. And because they know you, they trust you, you just need to change the tone. They might buy more products from you. And when you're doing customer service, not the usual stuff, you need to overdo it. And when you talk about communication, they say, just send an email once a month or once a quarter. There is nothing called over communication at this point in time. Even if you tell your customers twice a day what is happening, this is helping them to keep their sanity and their well-being and to survive. But as long as you are adding value. So make sure that you communicate as frequent as you'd like, but make sure that when you are communicating with value. It's time to build loyalty and have loyalty programs for your existing customer. And yes, it is viral and it is virtual, but you have to make it visible. You can ask for testimonials, you can have a Zoom meeting, you can make sure that they are satisfied. You can meet with them. Yes, you cannot meet over a cup of coffee, but we can have the coffee virtually. There is no harm in that. People are receptive to that. They want support. They want people to tell them the positive things, the positive vibes that are happening around, for them to take advantage of that. And as I've said, when you are communicating with them, it has to be the critical, the non-essentials. So, but this is where the profit is. This is your customers, your existing, are your opportunity to grow and to make actually money, because they trust you. As I've said, you are helping them, and this is where they will be buying from you. And this is where you can make profit. Not like some of the shops that are putting their prices up, taking advantage of whatever is going on. Even if they make short-term profit, once this is over, make sure that people will not buy from them again. Step 8, get the most out of your people. We're not talking fire them, but in terms of mindset. They have fear. We've talked about fear, false expectations appearing real. So it is time to engage with them. It is time to encourage them. It is time to help them with their mindset to overcome this, to comfort them. You can talk with them in terms of different things. There is nothing. If there is a redundancy of someone that you didn't, you were thinking of firing, then fire. But the rest, they are your biggest assets. In 2008, when the crisis kicked in, I had 11 employees, and I was asked to fire 4 of them. I didn't. I employed 2 more, but I changed the model of doing business. And actually, in the midst of that crisis, I actually grew, and I grew exponentially. So make sure that you look what sort of changes or tweaks that you can do into your business, and how you can engage your existing team in order to make them move you exponentially. Because people, when they see your vision, when they see that you are positive, they will work 10 times harder, if not 100 times harder. Set new standards, because this is all virtual. So tell them, communicate with them what you're going to expect from them, what are the new rules of the game, and what is expected from them, what are their KPIs, how you're going to do, how you're going to measure it, and what is the effect of the business growth on them. So you have to lead. You are the leader. You are the skipper. It's your ship. Take ownership and turn your costs into profit. After you've cut the non-essentials of your costs, how can you leverage the existing team? And you might take, because now in the government, they have given you the opportunity, if you would like to retain your team, the government will support you with 80%. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, yes, there are rules and regulations which you can read about it, and we will help you. This is what we help our clients. We provide them also with all the necessary documents and reviews, whatever is going out from the government. But you need to actually look into different opportunities, how you can leverage the government programs. Some people would say, I don't like to ask. But it is time to actually take benefit of that. It's not asking. It's not for only for your personal welfare. It is for the welfare of the community, all of them. And in the midst of this is the right time, as we've said, to work on your business. So it is training and learning and retraining and so on. And keep as many as you can. My business selling marketing goods and services, customers have cut. Yes, I know some of them would do, they would cut, but they are short-sighted. Yes, it is a survival mode, but negative will turn into negative. So how can you change your business model? How can you change your marketing services to make it in a positive way so that people can buy from you? And this is essential, whether it is on marketing, from your people, from your customers to buy more. It is time for you to build a strong mindset. It is time for you to take leadership, to step and be the skipper of your ship. So how can you do that? You build daily rituals, you learn, you grow, you put a 90-day plan into place, you check it on a daily basis, you make sure that you are achieving your target. Despite all of this negativity that is going on, you need to do that. You need to master that. This is the time to change. It's not time to resist, because resistance will lead nowhere. There are, this is, yes, half full, half empty. So if you look at half full, it is a crisis, but half empty, it is a crisis. But if you look at half full, it is an opportunity. So make sure that you balance your thoughts and look for those. We talked about the small wins on a daily basis, not one, 100 small ones. Anything that can motivate you, motivate your family, motivate your friends, motivate your community, and most importantly, motivate your customers and your team. So if everything that is happening, you're reading too much paper, or you're looking a lot on your WhatsApp or Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever it is, maybe it's time to limit the exposure to news. No news maybe is a good news. Step 10, plan your 90 days. Going into business without a plan is like going into a mountain trek without a cam or a GPS, without a map, or without a GPS support. You will eventually get lost and you will starve. So make sure that you are preparing a 90-day plan. We're not talking about a 5-year plan. We're not talking about a 3-year plan or a year plan. We're talking about a 90-day plan that is checked on a daily basis, and then a weekly basis, to make sure that we have achieved our targets. What sort of things do we need to implement in order to turn things positively? Yes, it is a 90-day game. What will you sell? How to market them? How will you deliver? How will you take possibly to put your goods forward, and how much you're gonna charge? I'll repeatedly say it is time for survive, but most importantly, it is to survive. And we are here as your coaches, me and Indy, to support you, to make sure that you are looked after and you are actually achieving what you need to achieve. Step 11, look to invest. In this time, lots of companies are gonna go bankrupt. The stock market is falling by a minimum of 30%. On a daily level, it is falling. But this is opportunities. So make sure that you have the right cash. Maybe you can buy your competitor, you can buy your competitor's database, you can open a new ventures. Lots of things will be open for sale. There is an economic cycle. After this turn down, it will go up again. So make sure that you plan for the next 90 days and make sure that you are ready when things turn around. You are ready to rock and roll. And we're going to talk about how we're going to do that. We've talked about giving you the roadmap on how to do it. And this is where we will show you in the next slide. But most importantly, you have to act right now. Not tomorrow, not the day after, right now. So the roadmap to, we've put a path to the opportunities ahead, and we have put them into 5 different phases. The first phase, which we are in, it's a lockdown. So what do you need to do on a personal level, from a family perspective, from a personal care? Wash your hands. On a personal finances, make sure that you have the right cash. You can defer things, you can negotiate things, you can talk to your lender, you can talk to your mortgage advisor, you can talk to so many things in order to improve your personal finances. Most importantly, your mindset, and keep your energy up so that you are in a positive mood for you to act when this is happen. When this is over, then you can act accordingly. On a personal level, during the lockdown, you need to look after your staff, your business finances again, and eliminate the mothballs. Make sure that your business is disinfected, is sanitized. It doesn't have any bugs that would cause the fallout of the business. And make sure, as we've talked about, make use of the government assistance. So the second step, after you made sure that you have all of this, it is time for training, for putting a plan together, for actually working out this plan. It's like you're going to the gym. I know that the gym is not available anymore, but if you would like to be healthier or to do fitter, you need to put a plan and you need to follow it on a daily basis. So in the phase of training, you need to evaluate what skills do you need to get on board. How are you going to improve? What sort of online courses or coaching that you need to get on board? What sort of coaching mindset and how the coach will help you to overcome this, and how to put a self-management time audit in order to improve the way that you are doing things and you are utilizing time. On a company level, what is your mission, vision, which we've talked about, the products and services review, also what that we have talked about. How are you going to improve it? What sort of marketing strategies do you need to implement? What sort of collaterals do you need to have in order to market yourself, since you are not able to go and meet people and give things in person? And use your marketing, and this is probably would answer the marketing goods and services, drip feed marketing. So basically test and measure, and not on a big scale, on a small scale, just to make sure that it is working, what sort of implication, and tweak it and change it or adjust accordingly. Once the lockdown is announced that they are going to lift it, it is time to sprint. It is time to warm up, make sure that you have the default diary, the mindset, prepared mentally for this sprinting phase, and take care of your personal hygiene and personal care of your health. This is where the staff will be start preparing your staff to return. This is where you need to start ramping up your marketing, differentiate yourself, look for opportunities, as we've mentioned in step 11. And then it's, once the lockdown is over, it's time to sprint. It is time to put the energy, the clarity, the focus, and the commitment. And most importantly, you are the skipper. It's your ship. Take ownership of that. And this is where you need to lead in front. If you watch any of the old movies, when in the case of battle, the general wasn't in the back. The general was in the front of the army, taking charge, leading their team. So make sure that you lead your team with maximum efforts, focusing on your existing clients, because these are your raving fans. Look for new ways of marketing. Again, testing and measuring is key. Once that is done, it is time to compete and grow through consistency, balancing, and most importantly, having fun. It's time for you to start energizing yourself, opening up, because this is the fun is the integral part of any learning. On a company level, it is continuous improvement. What sort of new things that, or small things that you can improve? How can you systemize it? What are your growth plans? How you are going to optimize your marketing, and how you are going to achieve a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. As I've said, thriving is very important, but today it's about survival. So today we are in the phase 1. To finish up, can you please list down in the chat box what are the 5 ideas that you have that you need to take action on today? Cost saving. Thank you, Lee, for participating. Marketing strategy. 5 things, guys. 5 things. Clear communication. Yes. With whom? Be specific. Marco, be specific in clear communication with who. You don't want to keep it general. You need to make it specific. With your employees, that's one. Great. Who else? Communicate with staff to keep them feeling secure. Yes. What else? Customers. Yes. Yes, with your existing customers. Brilliant. Prospects. Fantastic. Suppliers. Great, 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 great. So how can we help you, Indy and me, in terms of overcoming this coronavirus pandemic? This is what we have for you today. We are holding a virtual workshop tomorrow to prepare for your 90 days. It is 4 hours. Part there is a mindset and how you can overcome the challenges of today's era, but most importantly, how to plan for your daily activities, how to plan for your 90 days. So how to overcome the coronavirus 90-day planning. Tomorrow, 26, make sure you're there. It is from 10 to 2 p.m. It's an energy booster during lockdown. It's a planning session to plan out through the next 90 days with clear business goals and targets, where you will be able to develop strategies and, most importantly, how to master your time, how to be clear on your priorities, and how to equip yourself with the mindset, with the tools that you need to overcome during this economic turndown. Presentation, as I've said, the mindset and an updated 11-step, an Excel file which will guide you every step of the way on how to plan, how to put the daily targets, how to measure them. And there will be different activities for you to make sure that you are securing your life, your personal life, and your business every step of the way. Vision, focus, enthusiasm for the next 90 days. You will learn from over 350 strategies that we as action coaches have available for you. And with our collective experience nowadays, we are learning ourselves. We are attending 3 to 4 webinars every day on what is going on in the world, how companies are reacting, what are the new strategies. We will be always supporting you with that. And again, there are different people that will be attending this workshop of tomorrow. So you will be connecting with potential customers, where you will be introducing your business to them. You will be given the opportunity to actually pitch your business. So you will have from 30 to 60 seconds, depending on how many participants are there, where you will pitch your business and tell them about what you do and how do you add value. And one more thing, we will be providing all the participating business owners with a document and how to take advantage from the different government initiatives with action plan. Usually we charge this for 295. We're not gonna charge that, guys. We're just putting a nominal fee of 40 pounds plus VAT, just to make sure that everyone is with us tomorrow on tomorrow's workshop is gonna do what he needs or she needs to do. They are not here to waste their time or our time. This is why we're charging nominal fee. But again, if you can't afford it at this stage, we are more than happy that you attend for free. For you to take advantage of this, there is the registration link that Indy has just posted, or you can take your mobile phones, scan this QR code, and put your details to register and take advantage of this offer. That would be brilliant. Or click on any of these links. As I've said, all of this is there for you. It's a nominal fee just to ensure that you are actually doing what you need to do. And again, part of our abundance, if you cannot really pay at this stage, it's absolutely fine. You can attend for free. I will repeat what is there. It's an energy booster during the lockdown. It's a planning session to pan out through the next 90 days with clear business goals and targets on a daily basis. Develop strategies that would help you master your time, to be clear on your priorities. Time management is extremely important for you at this stage. And most importantly, the mindset and the tools on how to overcome this economic turndown. There will be a presentation, an Excel file that will help you every step of the way on how to do it. There are lots of attendees. We will be sharing with you different strategies, but most importantly, we will be sharing the vision, the focus, and the enthusiasm to actually do it. Again, you can broaden your sphere of contacts by networking. There will be an opportunity for each and everyone to participate and to tell the whole, all of the attendees on what they are going. If you cannot pay, as I've said, you can register on the link and you can attend for free. I'm posting it again. If you can pay, please do, because at the end of the day, we have to make a living. But if you cannot, that is absolutely fine. We will be more than happy to support you. Thank you, Abdul. That is brilliant. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you on our session tomorrow. Guys, as I've said, this is there for you. If you can pay, thank you so much. If you cannot pay, we urge you to attend, because we know that we can help you and we would like you to grow. We would like you to grow. We would like you to grow, especially in these times, because if you grow, we grow. And this is our contribution to the community. Again, if you can pay, that would be great. If you cannot pay for some financial reasons or whatever the case, we're not gonna ask why. We are more than happy that you attend. I will unmute you all. If you can discuss, if you can put your thoughts on the value that you have taken out of today, that would be brilliant. You are unmuted. If you Lee, if I would start with you, if you can share with us what are the things that you have learned and what are your thoughts, that would be brilliant. Who would like to start?
Yeah, I'm happy to start. Thank you. It was very informative. It was very helpful. I really need to kind of digest the information. Clearly, I don't have an instant plan, but you know, these 11 steps are hopefully going to help me be able to make some decisions and plan how we take this business forward. As I said, my business, you know, we sell marketing services, and customers are not spending. I don't disagree. I think it is. I think it is short-term thinking, but you know, it feels inappropriate and almost like begging for me to say, "No, guys, you're wrong. Marketing is something you should be spending money on, because you know they have to come to that decision themselves." But in the meantime, you know, I want to thank you for your time.
That's our pleasure. As I've said, if you cannot pay for whatever reason, we're not questioning your integrity. Please join us tomorrow, because we will be more than glad to help you.
Thank you.
Okay, just register on the link that is there, and you are more than welcome to join, because if we help you, we are not only helping you, we're helping lots of other people that you will refer us to, that will benefit also from our help. Who would like to go second? Carlotta?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. It was really insightful and was really useful, this session. Thank you very much. And the first thing, even though I need to digest everything as well, of course, I would say The things that I'm bringing now are: don't panic, keep communicate with with your key stakeholders, and try to turn this crisis into an opportunity.
Yes, brilliant. Again, thank you for putting the question. If you can pay, that is absolutely fine. It's great. If you cannot, please join us tomorrow, because we know that we can help you. And if we help you again, you will be helping others, and it will be a cycle for us to stand by each other and to grow all together.
Thank
So
you
thank
very
you so much.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
We have Stephanie and Abdul, who would like um, to unmute themselves and tell us what they have learned. Abdul, thank you. Hello, Abdul Wahab. Yes, you can. We can hear you.
First of all, thank you so much for arranging such a brilliant and valuable lecture. Though I am a software engineering student, but today I have learned a lot for future. And I am once again thankful for your valuable information regarding how to handle and how to tackle in this hectic situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to join tomorrow.
You're more than welcome to join.
Always welcome. Thank you so much.
You have the link. Again, if you can pay, that would be great. If you cannot, you are more than welcome to join us.
I will try my best.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye. Carlotta, since you are still there, would you like to add anything?
No, I mean, everything is super clear. It was, again, very, very useful. And I would love to attend to the session of tomorrow. I will do my best to pay. Just need to understand if it's that possible with my financial team.
Again, with your financial, as we've said, if you can pay, there is no pressure on you to pay. If you can pay, you can. Please do. That would be helpful. If you cannot, please join us for free.
Okay, just last question. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Just last question. Are you going to share this slide that you just...
No, we're not.
mentioned?
No,
Okay.
we're not. Okay, apologies for that, but this is copyrighted.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much.
My pleasure. You take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. I'm gonna stop sharing now, and we are going to end this. Stay safe and all the best.